I don't never want to see you no more. I don't never want to see you no more. I don't never want to see you no more. I don't never want to see you no more. I don't never want to see you no more.
You better get the hell out of here. Police are on their way. Get the hell out of here. You better get the hell Police are on their way. Police are on their way. Get the hell out of here.
I've been tracking him for the last 6 weeks now. Not much to go on. Maybe an individual. Might be a group working together. You see, the description keeps changing.
Who are you? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Who are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
My name is Eric Davidson. I'm a detective working out of Southern Virginia. One evening, a distraught man burst into my office needing my help.
Hey, I need your help.
He began.
He took my daughter, killed my little girl, mutilated her, my baby. I want him found. I need you to find him. Please help me. Kill him. He's a monster. He deserves to die. And I will see him dead.
He deserved justice. Someone had killed his daughter. I would bring his daughter's killer to justice or die trying. The details paralleled those of other murders happening all over the state. It was becoming obvious that I was witnessing the work of a serial strangler. He would strangle his victims, slit their throats, and pull their tongues through. But that's not all. He would leave a calling card at the crime scenes, seemingly to further taunt the victims' loved ones. A record player. He leaves a recording of every victim's last words, playing on repeat. I got to admit, the first time I arrived on scene and heard the sound of that record player skipping, the sound of that poor soul's voice, forever trapped in an endless loop, it just killed me.
Honey? Honey, is that you? Honey, is that you? Honey?
I don't want to believe that one human can do such heinous acts to another.
Hello? Who's there? Hello? Who's there? Hello? Who's there? Hello? Who's there? Who's there? Hello? Who's there? Hello? Who's there?
The papers have started calling him the Wendigo. Finally, I tracked him down to an abandoned recycling center. I'm going there tonight to hopefully get the drop on him.
I've been tracking him for the last 6 weeks. Not much to go on. Maybe an individual. Papers have started calling him. We're working together to go.
Might be a group working together.
Changing.
Might be a group working together.
Now. Not much to go on. The papers have started calling him the Wendigo.
Might be a group working together.
It's over now. You know that, don't you? You can feel it. The end is approaching. It's a churning in your guts. It's a lump in your throat. It's when you say your last words. Let me ask you something. You know who I am? What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? I'm the father of that little girl you murdered. I'm the last gasp of all those people you hurt. It wasn't easy to find you, but I figured if I followed that detective long enough, he'd lead me right to you. And he did. The cops will want your head for killing one of their own. But buddy, your ass is mine. Before I turn your sorry carcass inside out, I want to know why you did it. Speak to me. What does it matter? You're gonna kill me either way. Might as well get it over with before the cops get here and do it for you. What the? Why do you sound like me? Maybe because I am you. You don't get it. I'm your little girl when she decides that she hates you for not letting her go out with Brad. I'm the old man who thinks he can walk into any establishment and spat upon people and not be spat upon by anyone just one social rung higher, in his own home no less. Man is the wolf of man. You people are all sick, vomiting your hurt feelings all over each other, and I'm sick of all of you. That's why I kill. Because I hate you. Because I'm mad. And that's why you're gonna kill me. So pick up that baseball bat with the nails in it over there and turn my sorry carcass inside out. You ain't gots to ask me twice.
The detective had the foresight to call for backup before cornering the Wendigo inside the abandoned recycling center. When they finally arrived on scene, they found the brutal beating still in progress. With no hesitation or questions asked, they opened fire on the man holding the bat, assuming they had killed the Wendigo.
Under cover of darkness, a Wendigo stalks the streets. Their footsteps echoing like a macabre drum. Each victim is a canvas, their bodies painted with the twisted brushstrokes of his madness. This killer, with the grace of a dancer, has left behind a trail of death and destruction. But it is the Wendigo's bizarre calling card left at the scene of their early crimes that leaves authorities baffled.
I don't never want to see you no more. I don't never want to see you no more.
Get the hell out of here.
I don't never want to
Police
see
are
you
on their
no
way.
more.
Get the hell out of here.
I don't never want to
Police
see
are on
you
their
no
way.
more. I don't never want to see you no more.
The city is paralyzed with fear, its inhabitants cowering behind locked doors, afraid to venture out into the night. But no one is safe from the killer's grasp. not even those who dare to challenge him. With each murder, he grows bolder, more insidious. Each time the killer meets his own gruesome demise, it seems the one who delivers the blow inexplicably takes up where the Wendigo left off. The last words left to mock and terrorize any who stumble upon the scene.
You have one old message. Thursday, 2:09 p.m.
I don't never want to see you no more. I don't never want to see you no more. I don't never want to see you no more. I don't never want to see you no more. Honey, is that you? I don't never want to see you no more.
End of messages.
The detective had the foresight to call for backup before cornering the Wendigo inside the abandoned recycling center. When they finally arrived on scene, they found the brutal beating still in progress. With no hesitation or questions asked, they opened fire on the man holding the bat, assuming they had killed the Wendigo. But they couldn't have been more wrong. Hours after the incident, the two first responding officers on the scene were called away to another crime scene, and along the way...
Pull over. I think I'm gonna be sick.
Oh man, not in the car.
Man, what the fuck was that? I mean, how could one human being do that to another?
I don't know, man. Revenge. Maybe he was sick in the head or something, you know?
No, something was wrong about it. The whole damn thing was wrong. I gotta ask you something. I don't know if I'm crazy, but I gotta ask you. When we shot that son of a bitch, why did he look like me?
What? He didn't look like you. Wow, you must be really sick.
This town, this city, hell, this whole world is full of sick people. Listen to the radio, crimes in progress, everywhere, non-stop. These lowlifes never go away. I mean, don't they ever fucking stop?
My old man was a cop. Yeah, the armpit of town. He'd see all the thieves and murderers and the worst humanity had to offer every day, all day. But what kept him going was days like the one where he delivered a newborn baby right there on the hood of his squad car. Seeing that baby smile, the way he told it to me, could restore pretty much anybody's faith in humanity.
The Wendigo's curse took effect, causing one of the officers to turn on his partner.
Hey, what the hell are you doing? Hey, wait!
His final words repeated and recorded over the police radio broadcast. Elsewhere, a classroom where a mass shooting was taking place would be the spawning ground for a future Wendigo.
I survived my first school shooting during free time when I was in 2nd grade. My teacher, Miss Phillips, and half of my friends all died. Then my mom and dad moved us to another state. I made new friends. We had a new life. A few years passed, and then one day, while shopping for groceries with my mom, there was another mass shooting. Now it's just me and my dad. So many lives lost in a matter of seconds. You pray for a tomorrow that never comes, to gods and governors that never hear. The world keeps getting scarier as people move on from one mass shooting to the next. No one feels safe anymore. Not the gun owners or the people who don't own them. I turned 16 today. I lived in fear of dying in the next mass shooting for years. But today I bought a gun at the swap meet. I finally understand who's to blame. I finally know what has to be done.
A curse of hatred and a craving for vengeance that the death of its current host could counter, but seemingly never stop. What could quell a force so evil? What could heal the hurt that spawned it? And how many more will take up its murderous mantle before the curse finally ends?
The room was windowless, suffocatingly lit by a single flickering fluorescent bulb that buzzed like a trapped insect in a jar. The steel walls were cold and slick with condensation, throwing back fractured reflections of the man chained to the table. His gaunt face, pale as death itself, was cast in shadow. His black hair hanging in greasy tendrils over hollow eyes. The Wendigo, as he had been dubbed by the media, sat with a disturbing calm that only deepened the unease in the room. Across from him sat Detective Marcus Graves, his posture tense, hands gripping the edge of the table. He had spent years hunting the Wendigo, chasing shadows, unearthing horrors beyond comprehension. The countless victims whose voices were captured on those damned recordings still echoed in his mind. The last gasps, the terrified cries, all locked onto vinyl, like some grotesque symphony of death. Marcus leaned forward, his voice cold and steady.
How did you do it?
The Wendigo's lip curled into a faint smirk.
Do what, detective?
Don't play games with me. The recordings, the voices, how did you make them sound alive?
The Wendigo chuckled, a dry, lifeless sound that barely escaped his throat.
They're alive, detective. I told you that before.
Enough of your lies.
W leaned back in his chair, the clink of chains echoing in the small room. His eyes gleamed with dark amusement.
You think because you have me locked in here that you won? You think you've stopped anything?
I know you're never getting out.
Marcus spat, his jaw clenched tight.
We've got enough evidence to keep you locked in solitary the rest of your life.
The Wendigo's smile didn't falter. He shifted, the smirk spreading wider, showing cracked and yellow teeth.
Solitary. You think a cage can hold me?
Marcus slammed his fist on the table, the loud crack echoing in the room.
It will. No more victims, no more games. You're finished.
W's eyes, dead and black, glistened in the dim light.
I'm never finished, Marcus. I'm tired, sure.
The detective's brow furrowed.
Tired of what?
Of walking amongst you,
W whispered, his voice dropping to a sickeningly intimate level.
feeling your fear, your hatred, your pathetic hope. I've walked this earth too long, Marcus. Seen too many faces, worn too many skins. Tired of this world, tired of the people in it. But finished? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Not yet. You think this prison is my punishment? It's my reprieve. At least I can rest.
Marcus leaned in, his fists balled, his face inches from the Wendigos.
You're right in that cell. Alone. Forgotten.
W smiled again, this time wider than before. His teeth almost shining in the fluorescent light.
Alone? Detective, I've never been alone. I'm in their heads. They're in mine. All of them. Their voices belong to me now. They scream. They beg. And they sing my name. And when the time is right, Marcus, we'll all come for you too.
We are legion.
You won't get the chance,
Marcus said through gritted teeth, standing abruptly.
Your life sentence will be a slow, quiet hell.
The door opened, and 2 armed guards entered, stepping forward to escort the Wendigo back to his solitary cell. The Wendigo didn't resist, but as they clamped the chains tighter, he cast one final glance at Marcus. His voice was soft, but his words stuck like a dagger.
You'll be locked in here with me forever and ever and ever.
Days passed, then weeks. W's trial came and went in the blink of an eye, the verdict exactly as Marcus had expected. Life and incarceration without the possibility of parole. There were no appeals, no lawyers rushing to save him. No one wanted to keep this monster alive any longer than necessary. But for Marcus, the case didn't feel closed. Despite the verdict, something gnawed at him, something about W's words, the way he spoke of being tired. It was like W wanted to be locked away, as if his capture and sentence were part of his plan all along. Marcus couldn't shake the feeling that this was just another game. He had to make sure the Wendigo never had the chance to rise again. So after sleepless nights and endless pacing, Marcus devised a plan. A plan so extreme, so unorthodox, that it could guarantee W would never be a threat again. Weeks later, under the guise of a special investigation, Marcus paid W a visit. This was about stopping W forever. The Wendigo sat in his cell, chained to the floor, his eyes sunken, but still holding that same dark gleam. He had grown thinner in the months of isolation, now more skeletal than ever. He didn't seem surprised when Marcus stepped inside.
Back already.
W rasped, his voice barely above a whisper.
Couldn't stay away.
Marcus's face was stone cold.
I'm here to finish this.
W's smile returned, though weaker now.
Oh? What more can you do?
already in the darkest hole you could find.
Marcus shut the door, locking it. The sound of the key sliding into his coat pocket was the only noise that broke the silence between them. Marcus said nothing as he placed the revolver on the table, his gaze steady, cold. He sat down, eyes never leaving W's hollow face, the weight of his decision heavy in the air.
I'm here to finish this.
Oh, I'm sure you think you are.
My life, for all those you stole.
W's lips twitched into a thin smile, but Marcus didn't flinch.
You think you can kill me and walk away? After everything, Marcus? You think that will work? You're a fool.
There's no walking away, not from me, and not for you. I know what you are now. I know what I have to do.
The detective pulled a small vial from his coat, placing it beside the revolver.
You said you were tired of living amongst us, that you've worn too many faces while too long in this world. You think being locked in here will give you a rest? But I know that's not true. I've seen it in my dreams, heard your voice in my head. I brought this, hemlock. Fast acting. Once I kill you, I'll take it myself. And when your consciousness tries to jump into me, it'll be too late. We'll both die. See you in hell.
No more words were needed.
You can't stop me.
Hemlock. Clear. Deadly. W's smile faltered, eyes narrowing, fear creeping into his expression.
I'll be in you the moment you pull that trigger.
The revolver's hammer clicked back, echoing in the small cell. W's chains rattled slightly, but his defiance was slipping, replaced by something darker, desperation. Marcus stood, his hand steady on the revolver, unwavering. A final sharp sound broke the air. The gunshot! W jerked violently, his body sagging, blood spilling onto the floor beneath him. His wide, empty eyes stared forward, lifeless. But it wasn't over. Marcus felt the curse, the dark presence clawing at his mind, trying to take hold. Without hesitation, he uncorked the vial and drank. The bitter liquid burned his throat, and his body began to convulse, the poison working quickly. Marcus collapsed to the ground beside W's corpse, his breath shallow. Pain stabbed at his chest, but there was relief. The curse had nowhere to go, trapped between their dying bodies. As the world dimmed, Marcus's muscles eased, the voices faded, and a faint smile crept across his face. Had he done it? Had he ended the Wendigo's terror? His last breath came quietly. And then there was only silence.
You'll be locked in here with me forever and ever, ever and ever. Forever and ever. You'll be locked in here with me forever and ever, ever and
If you enjoy the stories you find here, hit the like button. Think of it like applause at the end of a show. Please subscribe and click the top bell for all notifications so that you never miss an episode. And if you wouldn't mind, share this video
so that others can discover The Scary Show. Questions, comments, suggestions? Let me know down below. The Scary Show always answers the fans, unless YouTube hides your comments from me.